Hello, let's continue with the previous lecture about ICT, general abbreviations and terminology. Information and Communication Technology, or ICT, is a vast field that encompasses various technologies and tools used to process, store, transmit, and retrieve information. As with any field, ICT has its own set of terminology and abbreviations that are essential to understand in order to communicate effectively and efficiently within the industry. In this essay, we will discuss the general abbreviations and terminology used in ICT, along with their meanings and examples. Abbreviations: AI, artificial intelligence, the use of computer systems to perform tasks that would typically require human intelligence, such as decision making, speech recognition, and language translation. AI powered chatbots used for customer service in a commerce website. Then API, application program interface. Application program interface. Application program interface, a set of protocols, routines, and tools used to build software applications. The Google Maps API used to display maps and geolocation data on websites and mobile applications. CPU, Central Processing Unit, the primary component of a computer system that carries out instructions of a computer program. The Intel Core i7 processor used in high-performance laptops and desktops. LAN, Local Area Network, a computer network that connects devices in a relatively small geographic area, such as a single building or campus. Then the Wi-Fi network in a coffee shop or library, that's a LAN. Then WAN, or Wide Area Network, a computer network that connects devices over a large geographical area such as a city or country. The Internet, which is the largest WAN that connects devices all over the world. Then GUI, Graphical User Interface. Graphical User Interface, a visual interface that allows user to interact with software using graphical elements such as icons, menus, and buttons. Graphical User Interface. GUI, Graphical User Interface, a visual interface that allows user to interact with software using graphical elements such as icons, menus, and buttons. Example: the Windows operating system, which uses a GUI for users to interact with the computer. Then HTML, Hypertext Markup Language, a standard language used for creating web pages. The code used to create a website's layout and content. Then URL, Uniform Resource Locator. Uniform Resource Locator, a web address used to identify the location of a resource on the internet. Uniform Resource Locator. Uniform Resource Locator. For example, www.google.com, which is the URL for the Google search engine. Then terminology: cloud computing, the delivery of computing devices including servers, storage, database, software, and analytics over the internet. Example: cloud-based services such as Google Drive and Dropbox for file storage and sharing. Cybersecurity, the practice of protecting computer systems and networks from unauthorized access, theft, or damage. Antivirus software is used to protect against malware and other cyber threats. Then e-commerce, the buying and selling of goods and services over the internet. Online shopping websites like Amazon and eBay. Internet of Things, IoT, the network of physical devices, vehicles, home appliances, and other items embedded with electronic software, sensors, and connectivity, which enables them to connect and exchange data. For example, smart home devices like smart thermostats and smart speakers that can be controlled via a mobile app. Then machine learning, a type of artificial intelligence that allows computer systems to learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. Next example: recommender systems used in the e-commerce websites and streaming services that suggests products or content based on user behavior. Virtual reality, a stimulated experience that can be similar to or completely different from the real world. Video games and training simulators that use VR technology for immersive experience. Advantages: improved communication. ICT has made communication faster and more efficient, enabling people to connect with each other from anywhere in the world. Increased productivity. ICT has automated many processes, allowing business and organizations to work more efficiently and effectively. Access to information. ICT has made it easier to access information from anywhere in the world. ICT general abbreviations and terminology. First one is the LAN, local area network, which we have already mentioned, but we will be just once again looking into this major terms for a quick recap. So LAN, local area network, a network that connects computers and other devices within a limited geographical area such as home, office or building. Next, wide area network, a network that connects computers and other devices across a larger geographical area such as a city, country or even the world. Then Wi-Fi, wireless fidelity, a technology that allows wireless devices to connect to a network, usually using radio waves. Ethernet, a type of wired network technology that uses cable to connect devices. Then Bluetooth, a wireless technology that allows devices to communicate with each other over short distances. HTML, hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language, a programming language used to create and design web pages. Then HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, a protocol used to transfer data over the internet. Then FTP, File Transfer Protocol, a protocol used to transfer files over the internet. Then VPN, Virtual Private Network, a network that enables users to securely connect to a private network over the internet, that is the VPN. Then DNS, Domain Name System, a system that translates domain names into IP addresses. Then IP, Internet Protocol, a protocol that defines the rules for how data is sent over the internet. Then ISP, Internet Service Provider, a company that provides internet services to customers. Then firewall, a security system that protects networks from unauthorized access. Then malware, malicious software designed to harm computer systems or steal sensitive information. Then cloud computing, a technology that allows users to access and store data and applications over the internet. Social media, online platforms that allow users to create and share content, connect with others and participate in social networking. Big data, large sets of structured and unstructured data that can be analyzed to reveal patterns, trends and insights. Artificial intelligence, a field of computer science that focuses on creating intelligent machines that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as learning, problem solving and decision making. Internet of Things, a network of interconnected devices and sensors that can collect and exchange data. The use of ICT has many advantages such as increased productivity, improved communication and collaboration, and access to a wealth of information and resources. However, there are also some disadvantages such as the potential for security breaches and data theft and the over-reliance on technology. ICT is widely used in day-to-day life, from online shopping and banking to social media and entertainment. It has revolutionized the way people communicate, work and access information, and will continue to shape our world in the future. Basics of internet and emailing and etiquette and etiquettes. The internet has become an integral part of our daily life, and it's important to have a basic understanding of how it works as well as proper etiquette when using it. This essay will cover the basics of internet and emailing as well as etiquette and the do's and don'ts of the online communication. The internet is a global network of computers that allows us to communicate, access information and perform a variety of tasks online. It's important to remember that the internet is not the same as the World Wide Web, which is just one part of the internet. So, internet is a global network of computers, and World Wide Web is a part of that internet. The web is a collection of interconnected websites that can be accessed using a web browser. When it comes to emailing, it is important to remember proper emailing etiquette. This includes using a clear and concise subject line, addressing the recipient properly, using proper grammar and spelling, and being careful with your tone. It is also important to use a professional email address other than a personal one when sending emails related to work or business. Internet etiquette is the set of rules and guidelines for proper behavior when using the internet. This includes being respectful and polite when communicating online, avoiding offensive language or behavior, and being mindful of others' privacy. It's also important to be careful with the information you share online as well as to be wary of scams or other malicious activity. An important aspect of etiquette is understanding the do's and don'ts of online communication. This includes avoiding all caps messages, which can come across as shouting, as well as avoiding using too many exclamation points or emojis. It's also important to be careful with sarcasm or humor, as it can be difficult to convey tone and intent online. Another important aspect of etiquette is being mindful of your online presence and how it may impact your personal or professional life. This includes being careful with the types of posts or comments you make on social media, as well as being mindful of the photos of other information you share online. In conclusion, understanding the basics of the internet and emailing as well as proper etiquette is essential for navigating the online world. By following these guidelines and being mindful of your online behavior, you can communicate effectively and respectively online while also protecting your privacy and reputation. Basics of internet and emailing. The internet and emailing have revolutionized communication and information sharing. They have become the primary means of communication and sharing information in today's world. In this essay, we will discuss the basics of the internet and emailing, their procedures, and their advantages and disadvantages. Internet basics. The internet is a global network of computers that communicate with each other using standardized protocols. It allows users to access information from any part of the world. To access the internet, you need a device such as a computer, tablet, or smartphone with an internet connection. An internet connection can be established through a wired connection or a wireless connection. There are several ways to access the internet. The most common methods are dial-up connection. This is a slow and outdated method to connecting to the internet. It uses a telephone line to connect to the internet. Then broadband connection. It is a faster method of connecting to the internet. It uses a wired connection or a wireless connection to connect to the internet. Then mobile data connection. This is a method of connecting to the internet using a mobile phone or a mobile data device. It uses the mobile network to access the internet. Email basics. Email is an electronic method of sending and receiving message over the internet. To send an email, you need an email account and have internet connection. You can create an email account for free on various websites such as Google, Yahoo, or Microsoft. Once you have an email account, you can send and receive messages and from anyone in the world who has an email account. To send an email, you need to enter the recipient's email address, write the message, and click send. The recipient will receive the message in their inbox. Advantages of internet and email. Communication. The internet and email have made communication faster and more convenient. You can send and receive information and messages instantly from anywhere in the world. Next, information. The internet provides a vast amount of information in various topics. You can access information on anything from news to education to entertainment. The internet provides various forms of entertainment such as online gaming, videos, and social media. Then e-commerce. The internet has made it easier to buy and sell goods and services. You can shop online and have goods delivered to your doorstep. Disadvantages of internet. Security problems. Hackers and cyber criminals can steal personal information and use it for fraudulent purposes. Addiction, which lead to decreased productivity and social isolation. Inappropriate content. The internet has inappropriate content that is easily accessible, including adult content, hate speech, and violence. Netiquette and email etiquette. Netiquette and email etiquette are the rules and guidelines for appropriate behavior on the internet and while using email. Some of the key rules include use proper grammar and spelling, be respectful in your communication, do not share personal information, do not use all caps or excessive exclamation points, do not forward chain emails, respond promptly to emails. Do not forward chain emails. In conclusion, the internet and emailing have become an essential part of our lives. They have revolutionized communication and information sharing. However, they also come with their advantages and disadvantages. By following etiquette and email etiquette, we can use the internet and email in a responsible and respectful manner. People and environment interaction. The interaction between people and the environment is a complex and dynamic relationship that has significant impacts on the sustainability and health of our planet. This relationship has evolved over time, with humans continually altering the environment to meet their needs and desires. However, this has often led to negative consequences for the environment, such as pollution, deforestation, and climate change. Therefore, it is essential to understand the nature of this interaction and develop sustainable practices that ensure the long term health and well being of both people and the environment. One way in which people interact with the environment is through the use of natural resources. These resources include everything from water and air to minerals and timber. While these resources are vital to human survival, their exploitation can have severe consequences for the environment. For example, overuse of water resources can lead to droughts and the depletion of aquifers, while deforestation can lead to soil erosion and the loss of biodiversity. Therefore, it is essential to manage these resources sustainably, balancing the needs of people with those of the environment. Another way in which people interact with the environment is through pollution. Pollution can come from a variety of sources, including industrial processes, transportation, and agriculture. This pollution can have significant impact on the environment, including air and water pollution, soil contamination, and the release of greenhouse gases. Therefore, it is essential to reduce pollution and develop sustainable practices that minimize the impact of human activities on the environment. Then, climate change is another significant environment issue that is closely tied to the interaction between people and the environment. Human activities such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation have led to the increase in the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. This has caused global temperature to rise, resulting in more extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and with other environmental impacts. Therefore, it is essential to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and develop sustainable practices that mitigate the effects of climate change. In conclusion, the interaction between people and the environment is the complex and dynamic relationship that has significantly impacts the sustainability and health of our planet. While humans need natural resources to survive, it is essential to manage these resources sustainably to ensure the long term health of the environment. Additionally, reducing pollution, mitigating the effects of climate change and developing sustainable practices and all crucial steps toward creating a more harmonious relationship between people and the environment. Sources of pollution. Pollution is the presence or introduction of harmful substances or contaminants into the natural environment. Pollution can be caused by various sources, both natural and man made. In this essay, we will discuss the various sources of pollution and how we can overcome them. Air pollution. Air pollution is caused by the emission of harmful substances into the air, such as carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and other pollutants. Air pollution can be caused by natural factors such as volcanic eruptions or forest fires, but it is primarily caused by human activities, including transportation, industry, and burning fossil fuels. Then, solutions. To overcome air pollution, we can adopt measures such as using clean energy sources like solar or wind power, reducing the use of personal vehicles, and switching to public transportation and planting more trees to absorb carbon dioxide. Water pollution is the contamination of water bodies such as rivers, lakes, oceans, and with harmful substances such as sewage, chemicals, and plastics. This pollution is mainly caused by human activities such as agricultural and industrial activities, improper disposal of waste, and oil spills. We can overcome water pollution by adopting measures such as treating wastewater before discharging it into water bodies, reducing the use of chemicals and agricultural and industrial activities, and reducing the use of plastic materials. Then soil pollution. Soil pollution is the contamination of soil with harmful substances such as chemicals, heavy materials, and radioactive materials. This pollution is mainly caused by human activities such as industrial activities, mining, and improper disposal of waste. Then solutions. We can overcome soil pollution by adopting measures such as reducing the use of chemicals in agricultural and industrial activities, proper disposal of waste, and implementing soil conservation measures. And noise pollution. Noise pollution is the presence of excessive noise in the environment that is harmful to human health and wildlife. This pollution is mainly caused by human activities such as transportation, construction, and industrial activities. Solutions include we can overcome noise pollution by adopting measures such as reducing the use of personal vehicles and switching to public transportation using noise barriers, and implementing noise control measures in industries and construction sites. In conclusion, pollution is a significant problem that affects the environment and human health. We can overcome pollution by adopting measures such as reducing the use of harmful substances, adopting clean energy sources, proper waste disposal, and implementing pollution control measures in industries and other human activities. Pollutants and their impact on human life. Pollution is the presence or introduction into the environment of any substance or matter that causes harm or discomfort to living organisms or ecological systems. The pollutants can be classified into various types such as air pollution. Pollution is the presence or introduction into the environment of any substance or matter that causes harm or discomfort to living organisms or ecological systems. The pollutants can be classified into various types such as air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, thermal pollution, radioactive pollution, and light pollution. All these types of pollution have a significant impact on human life. Air pollution is caused by the presence of pollutants in the air which can be harmful to human health. The most common air pollutants are carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and particulate matter. These pollutants can cause respiratory problems, heart disease, and cancer. In addition, they can also have a negative impact on the environment such as acid rain, global warming, and ozone depletion. Water pollution is caused by the presence of pollutants in the water which can be harmful to human health. The most common water pollutants are chemicals, bacteria, and other pathogens. These pollutants can cause waterborne diseases such as cholera, typhoid, and dysentery. They can also have a negative impact on the environment such as the destruction of aquatic ecosystems and the depletion of fish populations. Soil pollution is caused by the presence of pollutants in the soil which can be harmful to human health. The most common soil pollutants are pesticides, heavy metals, and industrial chemicals. These pollutants can cause various health problems such as cancer, birth defects, and neurological disorders. They can also have a negative impact on the environment such as soil erosion and loss of biodiversity. Next, noise pollution is caused by excessive noise levels which can be harmful to human health. The most common sources of noise pollution are transportation, industrial activities, and construction. This type of pollution can cause hearing loss, high blood pressure, and other health problems. Thermal pollution is caused by the release of heat into the environment which can be harmful to human health. The most common source of thermal pollution are power plants and industrial processes. This type of pollution can cause changes in the temperature of water bodies which can have a negative impact on aquatic ecosystems. Radioactive pollution is caused by the release of radioactive substances into the environment which can be harmful to human health. The most common sources of radioactive pollution are nuclear power plants, nuclear weapons testing, and medical procedures that use radioactive materials. This type of pollution can cause various health problems such as cancer and genetic mutations. Light pollution is caused by excessive artificial light which can be harmful to human health. The most common source of light pollution are street lights, advertising signs, and buildings. This type of pollution is disrupt natural sleep patterns and have a negative impact on the behavior of nocturnal animals. To overcome these pollutants, various measures can be taken such as using renewable sources of energy, reducing the use of chemicals, promoting public transportation, and proper waste disposal. Awareness campaigns should be conducted to educate people about the harmful effects of pollution and how they can contribute to reducing pollution levels. In conclusion, pollution has a significant impact on human life, and it is important to take necessary measures to reduce pollution levels. By adopting sustainable practices and promoting environmental awareness, we can create a healthier and safe environment for ourselves and for future generations. Exploitation of natural and energy sources. Exploitation of natural and energy sources is a topic that has been receiving a lot of attention in recent years due to the negative impact on the environment and the depletion of resources. It is essential to explore alternative methods to reduce the reliance on non-renewable sources and prevent further environmental degradation. One of the most common non-renewable sources that have been exploited for years is fossil fuels, such as coal, oil, and gas. The combustion of these fuels releases harmful gases into the atmosphere, leading to air pollution and climate change. To reduce the reliance on fossil fuels, alternate sources of energy such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric power has been exploited. The sources of energy are renewable and do not emit harmful gases, making them an environmentally friendly option. Other natural resources that has been exploited is water. Water pollution is a significant problem worldwide, and it is caused by the discharge of untreated wastewater into rivers and other water bodies. This pollution not only harms aquatic life but also poses a threat to human health, as contaminated water can spread waterborne diseases. To overcome this problem, wastewater treatment plants have been set up to treat and purify wastewater before releasing it back into the environment. In addition to water pollution, land pollution is also a problem caused by the exploitation of natural resources. The clearing of forests for agriculture and urbanization is a significant contributor of land degradation. This can lead to soil erosion, loss of biodiversity, and desertification. To reduce the impact of land exploitation, sustainable land use practices such as afforestation and conservation of natural habitats can be adapted. Furthermore, minerals such as gold, silver, and diamonds are natural resources that have been heavily exploited for years. The extraction of these minerals is often done using techniques such as open pit mining, which can result in soil erosion and the destruction of natural habitats. To reduce the impact of mineral exploitation, alternative methods such as underground mining and recycling can be explored. In conclusion, the exploitation of natural and energy sources has had a significant impact on the environment and human life. It is crucial to explore alternative methods that are sustainable and environmentally friendly to reduce the reliance on non-renewable sources and prevent further environmental degradation. Exploitation of natural and energy resources, essay with alternative methods. Exploitation of natural and energy resources has become a crucial issue as the world population grows and energy demands increase. The depletion of natural resources and the impact of traditional energy sources on the environment have led to the search for alternative and sustainable methods. In this essay, we will discuss the exploitation of natural and energy sources and alternate methods that can be used. So, exploitation of natural resources has been a common practice for centuries. However, the continuous use of these resources has led to their depletion. Some examples of natural resources that are being exploited are minerals, forests, and water. Mining and logging have a significant impact on the environment, and they cause soil erosion, water pollution, and deforestation. The depletion of these resources has resulted in negative consequences such as food and water scarcity, loss of biodiversity, and increased carbon dioxide levels. Traditional energy sources such as coal and oil are also being depleted, and their impact on the environment is harmful. The combustion of these fuels release carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen oxides into the atmosphere, which contribute to global warming and acid rain. Additionally, the extraction and transportation of these fuels have an impact on the environment, including soil degradation and water pollution. To overcome these challenges, alternative methods of exploiting natural and energy resources have been developed. One of these methods is the use of renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydropower. The sources of energy are sustainable and do not produce harmful emissions. They are also cost effective in long term as they do not require constant fuel supply and are not affected by fuel price fluctuations. Another alternative method is the use of energy efficient technologies. These technologies include energy efficient buildings, appliances, and vehicles. They reduce the amount of energy required to carry out daily activities, which in turn reduce the demand of energy. There are also alternative methods of exploiting natural resources, such as sustainable forestry and mining practices. Sustainable forestry involves planting new trees to replace those that are being cut down. This ensures that the forest ecosystem is maintained and that the supply of timber is not depleted. Sustainable mining practices involve the use of methods that minimize the impact on the environment, such as reducing the amount of waste produced and using environmental friendly chemicals. In conclusion, the exploitation of natural and energy resources has a significant impact on the environment, and their depletion has negative consequences of human life. Alternative methods such as the use of renewable energy sources, energy sufficient technologies, and sustainable forestry and mining practices can help to reduce the impact on the environment and ensure the sustainability of these resources for future generations. It is essential to promote the use of these alternative methods and to raise awareness of their importance to ensure a sustainable future. All natural hazards and mitigation. Natural hazards are unavoidable phenomena that occur due to natural processes and pose a significant threat to human lives, infrastructure, and the environment. The hazards are caused by natural events such as earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, hurricanes, floods, wildfires, landslides, and droughts. These hazards have been responsible for significant loss of lives and property throughout history, making it crucial to understand them and develop mitigation strategies. One of the significant natural hazards is earthquakes. Earthquakes are caused by the movement of tectonic plates, which result in the shaking of the ground. Earthquakes can result in tsunamis, landslides, and liquefaction, making them highly destructive. To mitigate the impact of earthquakes, building codes must be in place to ensure that buildings are earthquake resistant. Governments must also create evacuation plans and conduct earthquake drills to educate people on what to do during an earthquake. Volcanic eruptions are another natural hazard that poses a significant threat to people and the environment. Volcanic eruptions can result in pyroclastic flows, ash falls, lava flows, and volcanic gases. Governments must ensure that the people living near active volcanoes are adequately informed of the potential hazards and are prepared to evacuate in case of an eruption. Scientists can also monitor volcanoes to detect signs of the impending eruption, allowing authorities to issue timely warnings and conduct evacuations. Next topic we will be learning in the next video.